Thank you for tuning in, guys. It's me, Nini. We are reacting to 8 toxic things parents say to their children. I might be guilty in some of these. I might be guilty, not guilty. Let's see if I'm going to say any of these things to Mason. I doubt it, but you never know. People change throughout the future. Stress level, life situation, it change, So you never know. But let's do this, guys.
Children should always expect from their parents love and care. But what if the parents are toxic? How would you feel if I told you that in 2008, the Administration of Children and Families in the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services reported that more than 50,000 children were officially counted as victims of emotional abuse? Whether hurtful words are intended to cause pain or not, they can leave marks and memories from a short time to a lifetime. Hurtful remarks can come from loved ones, such as parents, and the psychological and emotional damage can be detrimental to a lot of people, especially their children. The way parents raise their children and behave around them sets up the basic ground which builds their personality and self-esteem. So, how do you know if a parent or caretaker is toxic? Here are 8 things toxic parents say that can affect a child's life. 1. Offensive words towards their appearance. You're ugly, too fat, too short, or too skinny, or you have ugly hair. Degrading a child based on their appearance will likely only increase their physical insecurity and worry about their body image. This could lead to serious emotional issues, such as eating disorders. Parents are supposed to teach their children how to love themselves, no matter how they look on the outside. 2.
Okay, in my generation, I'm pretty sure 100% of the people I know, like, their parents have said those things to them. Depending on what it is, sometimes I know it's jokingly, but sometimes jokingly, like, if it's constant, it's not joking no more. But sometimes it's easy to poke fun, but you gotta let them know also that I'm just kidding. I don't mean those things, But as right now with Mason, I call him Trouble Love. I say double chin because it's like cute double chin. But if he grows up to be fat of it, I would never say those things. But I'm also the fact that I have control of what he eats, I make sure that he not even like eats good. Like I'll make sure that he eats healthy, just because I know in the long run it will affect him. Like I know some of my friends right now, like it's affecting them right now, like health wise. Like they have a lot of health problems, and like when just like simple things, just like surgery or any other things, it will complicate, like a complication throughout like anything what you do. Like it will affect you no matter what. But yeah, like I say he's chunky. He got those rolls that I like. But like I said, like I would not embed that. I wouldn't put that in his head. Like, oh, you're fat. You gotta do this certain look. No. But I do. That's my nickname for him though, Chubba Love. I don't know how he came up with it, but I think it's cute. But I would not, like I said, I would not say, oh, you should look like this person. You should lose the weight. Blah blah blah. To me, there's some big people that's healthy than skinnier people, or vice versa.
Provocative questions towards actions. Like, why do you act so weird? Why do you walk that way, chew that way, move or talk that way? Children tend to believe anything their parents say, so sarcastic questions or remarks like these may make the child feel like there's something wrong with them. This makes it very hard for the child to be themselves around people, even during their adulthood. And they may then be trapped by the discomfort and fear that others may laugh at them or notice the flaws that their toxic parents made up for them. 3.
Oh, no, that's definitely not going to happen to me and Mason at all. Like, to me, I honestly want Mason to be a daredevil, but if he's not a daredevil, it don't matter. But I do want Mason to have the childhood I have, but I don't think that's going to happen nowadays, because nowadays a lot of kids wants to stay home, are so big into social media that I don't think Mason would ever have the childhood I have ever, just because the generation, what it is now, is so different. Everything's online. People prefer to do online interaction than in-person interaction. But yeah, I would never call my own kid weird. That's definitely toxic. And the fact that you mean it is so messed up. Like, I cannot picture myself saying that to my kids. To my kids. I only got one kid, but yeah, like, that's two things I would never do to Mason. For sure. That's a guarantee for sure. I would never do that to Mason.
Selfish wishes. I wish you were never born. I wish I had an abortion.
Oh.
I regret having you. I wish you were a different child. Parents should never say something like this to a child. It'll make them feel like they weren't supposed to exist in this world in the first place, and that they don't deserve to be alive. These remarks are so harmful to a child, to a human in general. They diminish their whole sense of identity, which can lead to self-harm and early depression. Instead, parents should make them feel loved and valued. 4.
Heck no. Oh my, that's the main thing that would definitely not coming out from my mouth. I wish you were never born and all that. Oh no, Mason was planned. So I meant to put him in this world for sure. That if you didn't, even if as a parent, even if you felt like that, you shouldn't speak on it in front of your kid. Because later on, honestly, you will regret saying those things because they end up being an awesome kid. But to me, I want me and Mason to be like this. I want me and him to be, obviously mother-son relationship first and then best friend. But I do want that relationship with Mason that he will come to me whenever he wants to, like, to talk to me. But when it comes to adulthood or sex conversation, I will feel so uncomfortable. But that's why as a parent you have to go through no matter what. You have to have those talks so they know and you're aware of. They're aware of, and you know what they trust you, so you could give them advice at these things, you know. But at the end of the day, like I said, I want me and Mason, obviously mother-son relationship, and then best friends. I just want to be his friend, like the only friend he has, you know. But hell, I would no. That would never come out of my mouth.
Making the child feel like a burden. You cost me too much money. It's so hard to take care of you. Having you exhausts me. If a parent says this to their child, the child will feel like a burden. It'll cause them to unconsciously hide their needs, feelings, and problems just to avoid the wrath of the parent. Considering that, Nemours, a nonprofit children's healthcare system, reported that lack of love and affection or materialistic things are some of the causes for some children to lean on stealing and being abusive. 5.
I'm not even gonna lie, every time I looked at my stretch marks, I'm like in my head, I was like, man, Mason, this is what you did to me. Like, I jokingly around in my head about that, but like, look what you put me through. But obviously, I'm not gonna keep saying that to him, because what I went through during my labor was my labor was harsh. It's so hard not talking about it without crying. But yeah, my labor was harsh. And it came to the point that I just wanted him out of me. And I didn't care what happened to me. But at the end of that, though, I was just glad that Mason was healthy. And before I even got pregnant, or we planned this pregnancy, the last thing in my head was, Sorry, no, the thing I was just worried about was the delivery. I was like, is it gonna hurt? All these things. But as soon as you get pregnant, guys, man, that goes out the window. Each appointment you go to, you just hope they don't find anything. And when you do give labor, like the delivery part, like just hope the baby is healthy. As soon as Mason got out of me crying, I knew that he was good. But the process of him on my labor, it was scary. There's so many scary things. Almost had an emergency section, and he has like he pretty much got a bottle wound in the back of his head. I don't know if you seen some of the pictures. There's like a white spot in his head. That's his battle wounds. God can't speak with his braces. But yeah, guys, I'll like I said, I'll jokingly around about Mason about my stretch marks, but I would never be like make him feel like a burden to me. I mean, it's tough. It's tough in the beginning, but I would never like still make him like feel like crap that he went out of me. You know, like I gave birth to him and stuff like that. Hell no. That's not me.
Unhealthy comparisons. Why aren't you like your sibling, cousin, or the other kids? The other kids are better than you. This will reduce a child's self-esteem substantially and makes them think that they'll never be good enough, no matter how hard they try. Also, comparing siblings with one another only promotes an unhealthy relationship between them. This will cause them to feel jealousy and resentment towards each other. Siblings should be equally given the right to build their own independent identities. 6.
Oh man, I feel like like it's pretty normal with this comparison, but I don't think it's healthy too. Obviously, we all have compared our family members compare us to our cousins or their friends' kids and all that. Shoot, me and my sister, we got compared all the time. Like me and my sister are total opposite, like completely opposite. Like we fought like crazy when we were kids, but as we grew up, me and my sister ended up have more of like a motherly sisterly relationship instead of like sisterly. Like, you know, she's more like a motherly before my sister, if that makes sense. But it ended up working out. She I feel like she had to mature faster because she had to babysit me and my cousins. And I still feel bad till this day. I feel like we took her childhood. The fact that she had to babysit all of us at a young age. But she became who she is because of it, I think, because she had two good kids. So I don't think she'll regret it. I don't feel like I don't regret it, but I could see the comparison thing. It does happen. It sucks, but it does happen. Shoot, I would probably compare Mason to Kalina, but not in a bad way. But like just how they growing up, you know? If that makes sense to you guys.
Verbally abusive words or statements. You're stupid, useless, you're a loser, or you'll never make it. Absolute remarks like this will damage the child's self-esteem. It's important that parents encourage their children into believing in themselves. 7.
I think parents tend to blow up on their kids just because they're the easy target. Like they can't. They're not supposed to talk back, but obviously when they talk back, it just adds fuel to the fire. I don't know. I feel like I understand as a parent and I don't understand as a kid. I know like I know I'm not gonna be a perfect parent for sure. But I feel like I would probably end up blowing up when Mason wanted to. Like a few times in his like lifetime, just because you just can't control it. If you just stress, you're stressed. You also gotta have the outlet. But after you blow up, you gotta tell them like you gotta really talk to them like I didn't mean it. You gotta let them know what you are going through as well, and just let them know also you love them. and so forth.
Threatening abandonment. I'll leave you. I'll put you aside. You'll wake up and never find me. I'll just disappear. This will cause a child to have abandonment issues, fearing that people they love will leave them because of who they are. When a child grows up, this belief will be unconsciously ingrained in their mind. They'll be unable to trust future relationships for fear of them leaving. And 8, empty promises. If you do this, I'll buy you that, or I'll take you there next time. But then they don't do it. When a parent makes promises that they don't keep, it breaks the child's trust. It makes the child feel betrayed. Making fake promises is an excellent way to teach a child how not to trust others in life. To conclude, even though words aren't physically harmful, they can be extremely harmful to the psyche and emotional well-being. Childhood is an essential chapter in every human's life. Our childhood builds our personalities, behaviors, and beliefs.
I'd be damned if I abandoned Mason. Like I said, my labor sucked. And for me to go through that, to just say bye to Mason, hell no. I would never. Obviously, I was tested, but I would never say I'll leave you, I'll abandon you. But a couple white lies here and there, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'll probably say, but I would not hurt him to the point that he can't trust nobody. I mean, I don't want him to trust anybody. A lot of people, well, I don't want him to trust people easily, but I also don't want him to have his guard up at a young age. It just doesn't make sense. It loses his innocence, I feel like, too. That's part of it. And like, I just want him to enjoy being a kid. I can't picture myself saying those things to Mason, like, at all. Like, yeah, he's gonna get me mad, and I'm gonna get him mad. Like, it's a give or take, but for the most part, I'm not gonna say those things. I'm not gonna make him feel like he's nobody, or make him feel like he's worthless, make him feel like he's not loved. Heck no. We just need at least one person to make us feel like we're loved. But that's not the case in everyone, or else the world would be better. But I'll try to make sure I'm doing my part as a mom to make Mason feel secure. And just be awesome. I don't care what he does. I actually want him to get into what I'm into, like video games and anime. But I also want him to have at least a social life outside of that. Because it's easy to binge watch on anime, especially if you like them. Or any video games too, you know. I also want him, I want him to, don't be scared. Like riding a skateboard, they're scared of falling. I don't want him to be scared. That's how I learned I taught myself how to ride a bike, rollerblade, and skateboard. I taught that myself, and nobody taught me that. I learned, and I fell, and I didn't care. Nobody was there to be like, nobody, while I was learning those things, nobody was around me telling me, oh, you might fall or anything. I think that's probably why I didn't care. I didn't think about the consequence. Like, if I fall, I might have a big old scar and all that. I don't know if you guys see my leg right now, my shin, I have a lot of bad wounds because of it. But I don't regret it either. If you guys like me talking about this, or reacting to kind of this stuff, let me know in the comment section below. But thank you for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And remember to give the video a like, subscribe, and hit that bell. I love you guys.